Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by to check out the brand new products just released from Gina K Designs. There is a gorgeous new kit called Christmas Cheer that I'm creating with today, so I'm super excited to share all of this with you. Let's take a look. So let's check out the Christmas Cheer stamp and die set. I just love this set. It is filled with cute Christmas icons, very cute, great for coloring, whether you love coloring with alcohol markers or colored pencils, whatever your medium. Then there are some great sentiments as well and a really classic typewriter kind of font that I really love. And then you have some mini sentiments as well. So lots of things you can do with this set. So what I'm doing here is I've set up a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by almost 8 1/2. And I've put it on my MISTI. I'm just going to grab a magnet to kind of get it placed down. And then I'm going to ink up with amalgam ink in Whisper. Now I like to use Whisper first before I color to make sure no colors run when I'm coloring with alcohol markers. And I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. Now I placed my stamps on my paper to make sure that there were enough space in between each one so that I could die cut those out. So I'm going to ink this up and make sure that your paper is right in that corner before you stamp, because we're going to be stamping this again in black. And I'm going to do this one more time, just so that it's dark enough so that I can see the edges when I go to color. There we go. So now I'm going to take my paper and color that using my Olo markers. Okay, so my panel is all colored and I'm going to put it back in the same exact place that I had it before, right in that top corner. And then we're going to ink up with amalgam ink in Obsidian. Look how cute that is. I'm going to do it one more time. That looks so good. Look at that. And I didn't really focus too much on adding any shading because these are kind of smaller images anyway. So I didn't go overly crazy on the coloring. I just did it really simply and this looks just so cute. Next, I'm going to get out the coordinating dies and die cut all of these out. I'm going to do it all in one go. So just place all the dies, put them down with some mint tape from scrapbook.com, and then run them all through my die cutting machine. Now what I had envisioned here is using some kind of postage stamp opening to add all of my little figures to, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I am not the greatest colorer. I'm actually looking forward to taking an Olo marker class with SCT magazine coming up soon. But I really think that these are so easy to color. So if you're intimidated by coloring, don't be intimidated by these. Okay, so instead of using a postage kind of set, because I don't have one in my stash, I'm using both Master Layouts 9, that's this window included in Master Layouts 9, and Master Layouts 2 with this stitched rectangle. I am going to create an opening here in a piece of white cardstock. And what you want to do is just to make sure the window in the center is centered on that outer rectangle. Okay, I'm envisioning my little characters coming out of my frame here, but I want something interesting going on the background too. So I'm going to add this Mandala burst stencil, which I think is really pretty, and it looks like a snowflake. So it's perfect for holidays, winter, you know, any kind of Christmas or wintry card. And I'm going to get this stuck down on my waffle flower grip mat. And then I'm going to grab my sea glass ink and my Gina K blending brush and just start blending on that background. I'm also trying to get more color in the center of my stencil so that it's kind of radiating out lighter as you go out. Wow, that's so pretty. Before I take it up all the way, I just want to make sure that I don't want to add anything else in here, like maybe some Astro paste. Okay, so I have the Frostbite Astro paste. The cool thing about this is it looks white, but it's actually clear. And so it just gives you some really amazing texture. And you can hear that kind of crunchiness of the clear glitter. I just love it. So it's not going to change whatever you ink blend below it. Let me get a bigger amount here. It's not going to, change your colors below. It just goes over the top with a nice clear paste. Wow, look at that. Let me just show you like that shininess. Isn't that so cool? Okay, let me just get this dry. So my background panel is dry, and now we can work on building up our card. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of building here. I have a piece of cardstock cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to place that on my A2 card base. Then I'm gonna pop the window up on my background design. I'm gonna use shaker strips for this. Now these will need to be cut down for that center portion of the window, but that should be pretty easy to do. If you cut them down, I recommend doing it on the backer. So not taking the strips off and trying to cut them while you're holding them. It's just really awkward. But okay, then I'm gonna flip this over and line this up on my panel. And this foam adhesive is really good at sticking down to that really dimensional surface. I know I colored a lot of Christmas images, but this one's feeling wintry to me. So we're gonna make it a winter card. So I'm gonna grab all of my little icons here that are winter themed. These little guys, my snowman, the hat. And we can do something like that. I just love that, all that together. We also have the penguin, but I like the snowman because he has more kind of color to him, and this is looking quite pink and teal. Then we have our winter wishes sentiment, and it's a great idea to grab your stamp and kind of envision where this would go. I could put it right here, I could put it down here and cover up that little area, which would actually look quite good, and then you'd have 5 different die cuts on here. So I think we're going to go with that. So because my window is popped up so high with the shaker strips, I'm going to use the same height, the same thickness. And if you don't want to use your shaker strips, just find some foam adhesive that is the same thickness to use to add your die cuts. Just like that. But before I adhere these, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I know where my sentiment is going so that everything looks great together. The last thing I'm going to add are some Angel Aura Rhinestones. Now, if these are showing sold out on the website, be sure to hit that notify me button. So there's 3, 4, 5. Should we do 6? And there is my finished card. How fun is that? I still have all of my Christmas icons here, and so I don't want to stop because I'm on a roll with this design. And this is one thing that I love to do is when you come up with a fun card design that you really like, make another card if you have the pieces available. Do a twofer. Just switch up your colors, switch up your sentiment, and then you have two amazing cards. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to cut out a white panel here that fits inside my window, and this time, instead of ink blending using a stencil, we are going to use the snowflakes from the set to stamp a background. I'm using a stick and stamp mat here, and I'm just taking out my frame just so that I can get an idea of where the windows are going to lie, because then I can take my snowflake and kind of strategically place the snowflake inside my windows. Okay, so then I'm going to remove my frame. I'm going to pick up my stamps, and I'm going to make sure that these are primed before I stamp. So I'm just using a gum eraser here to kind of wipe them off. And again, I'm going to use sea glass because I don't want anything too busy on this background because we're going to have our little icons. So I want it to be a soft color. There we go. So then all I need to do is flip my mat, make sure it's in that upper right hand corner, and then I can do the exact same thing on the top side, and I will have the pattern mirrored on the other half of that panel. There we go. And then I can just check it, and I really like the way that that looks. Okay, so I'm going to trim that out using shaker strips to lift up that window. Okay, this one's going to be Christmas, so we're going to make it really playful. I love the idea of having this right on top. I'm going to put a few little remnants of shaker strips under some of these lights to hold them in place. We can add our cute little car, Santa, up here. Maybe pop him underneath the lights a little bit. Our gingerbread man and a Christmas tree. And maybe I'll swap the Santa and the car so that the two greens are opposite each other. Yes, I like that. Just like that. And add, again, some shaker strips behind the icons. Before I put my gingerbread man down, I wanted to get my sentiment figured out so that I have them working together in that little window. And I really like having the sentiment kind of hanging over the window opening. Instead of the angel or rhinestones, I'm going to use the micro disco ball sequins. They have a little bit more of a bluer hue, and so I thought that they would look nice here with the turquoise sea on the background. There we go, and there is the Christmas version of that same card. Thanks so much for watching as I used the new Gina K Designs Christmas Cheer Kit to create two really fun and playful cards. I loved using this Christmas cheer stamp set. You can only get it in the kit right now. There are so many fun icons on it to make either winter or Christmas cards. Be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos featuring this brand new Gina K Designs Christmas Cheer Kit. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating, friends.